Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good moment in time. It's Ria here, just hopping on, Ria on the run, getting ready to go for a run. And I just wanted to share a message that was coming to me this morning that I know a lot of you guys have all contemplated yourself. And that is the question, is anything truly possible? They always say anything is possible. And I question that because so many times people seem to just fall into things, not even like desiring them. Like you'll hear of actors or famous people say, yeah, this is more than I ever thought it could be. I wasn't even really looking. I kind of fell into it, kind of like an athlete that gets injured, but they fall into another profession. And then there's those of us that try and push and do the work and seem to hit roadblocks or wondering why it's not working, whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. So I just wanted to discuss this a little bit, what Spirit was sharing with me. But first, you see that beautiful sun there, guys? I think we'll do a cross breath. We'll just take a nice breath into our sun, our portal. And when we do that, we connect and allow the highest frequency that is available to us now so that we can deliver and receive the highest frequency message that is most aligned and resonant with what we need to know now. So we'll just take a nice deep breath in and connect. And exhale. So, like I was saying this morning, I dropped Mythos off and I was just kind of contemplating that message. And what Spirit told me is anything is truly possible as far as anything being possible. But what Spirit said is as it is aligned to your soul's purpose. So I could go and try to be a baseball player all I wanted, but it, it's it's not truly possible in that I came for a soul purpose. I came for a certain experience. And what Spirit said is when you know you're in your soul's purpose, when you're in the flow, when you're in the state of allowing. But when we feel that we're having to push, either push against a current or push to get through something, and we hit continuous roadblocks, that is our guidance. We know that we're in total alignment to ourself, which is the same as being in alignment to the universal flow of love, which is a flow. It's more effortless. Doesn't mean that you won't hit your own personal challenges and fears, because that is also part of the soul's experience. The expansion and transmuting of those fears, preventing us from our soul's purpose. But there's something within you, it keeps you going and excited. And even within the challenges, there's still a flow. You still overcome them. And what Spirit is saying is when we find ourselves on roadblocks or think we're pushing for something that still doesn't seem to get any momentum, even though we put a lot of thought in it, ask yourself, are you basing that in an expectation from yourself or others based on an old belief or an old paradigm or conditioning or programming? Or someone planted a seed within you that you needed to do this, that, or the other thing? Or that is the way it needs to be done? You could even be on your soul's purpose, Spirit is saying. But the way that you're going about it is not aligned to your soul's purpose. You might have the soul's purpose of teaching, for example, but you think you need to go through the procedures, the schooling, the different destinations you have to meet, protocol, Spirit saying protocol, in order to be a teacher. But maybe you're meant to be a teacher, but just not in the typical teacher way as far as education goes. Maybe you're to be a teacher of life. Maybe you're to be a teacher of meditation or other things. So Spirit is just bringing up this conversation. Good morning, guys. I see a couple of you out there. Is anything truly possible? Yes, anything is possible in the realm of the all. But what is possible for you is guided by your soul's purpose, the reason you came. And Spirit wants to bring up that we have heard that we can break contracts. We can break contracts, but our soul still has a overall soul experience. It came. Maybe you break a contract with, well, I don't want to have to go through this turmoil anymore, and I'm done proving myself, or whatever the contract is, or with a person or a job. You can break those contracts, Spirit is saying, but you still have an overall flow in which your soul came to experience. So anything is possible. And if you want to know what is possible for you or what your soul's purpose is, again, Spirit is saying, it's when you enter that flow, you surrender to what is now, and you're guided every moment. And some things that we're guided to, we actually fight, like me. when when I see, I had a certain expectation of what I should be doing, or what success is, or what's important and what's not. And I had to release that. And one of the things that I know is my soul's purpose were all these cards, whoops, Mother Earth heart cards. They all came from the flow. When I look at it, I loved running, and I always communed with Spirit when I ran. It was like my portal to my higher self. And then out of nowhere, I was never attracted to hearts, never looked for hearts, but yet I kept finding them. And it was so apparent that I freaking took pictures of them, because I'm like, this is just too coincidental. Well, that happened when I was in the flow running, and then I'd see the hearts, but then I would say, oh, this is stupid. You're slowing down my run. So I was fighting against myself. And then eventually, I just surrendered to it and said, this is kind of fun. So I would take pictures and post them. At that same time, I was also doing messages that I would just receive in running, and I would match them to Google images or pics. And one time I was running, and Spirit says to me, why don't you match your hearts to your messages? Well, I wasn't looking to do that. And I even said to Spirit, it was a literal voice in my head, not outside of me. And I said, well, that's boring. I said, that's boring. So a lot of times we resist our own soul's purpose of anything is possible. And that again is about transmuting and overcoming, and just letting go of preconceptions of how things should be done in life, how things should be done in your world. So is anything truly possible? You're damn right, anything is possible. But don't, if you are working and allowing and entering the flow of your soul, then it's more effortless, and it's not a push, it's a flow. Anything is possible in that your soul's purpose is individual to it. It is unique over anybody else's. Just like yesterday's message about jumping into your pocket of love. What is that expression for you? What is that soul purpose for you? And we get caught up sometimes creating roadblocks for ourselves by comparing our soul's purpose to another soul's purpose, or our individual expression to somebody else's. That can help to trigger and catalyze and give us ideas. They're representing our soul's expansion within their experience. We're always reflecting each other's soul's expansion within one another, which is still connected. The underlying current of everything is love and light for ourselves and each other. Hey, Danielle, or Daniel. Danielle, is it Danielle or Daniel? Thank you for joining. I'm out in the snow. Oh, you lucky freaking duck. So, Daniel, we've got little blotches of snow. See it on the sand? And I was just thinking about this morning. I'm like, holy shit, what kind of winter is this going to be? Like, it's chilly enough to snow, right? It's like, it's not too cold. It's the early 30s. But where the hell's the snow? But my guess is it's all or nothing up in the Northeast, and those contrasts will probably get bombarded unless the weather is representing us merging polarities and becoming more level. Oh, so what I wanted to share was this card. So I was debating, was I going to do readings, or am I going to do a message? And then I'm like, no, just give your message out and come on and do readings later. So for anyone that's interested, I am going to do $11 11 readings at 11 today. But I wanted to get Mother Earth's heart, because when we're aligned to our heart, anything is possible, but we're not going to want anything else than what is aligned to our heart, because that's what we're passionate about. That's what feels good. Like, I love doing these messages, but the naysayer would say, well, that's stupid. That's like the collective consciousness will say, well, that's dumb. Or, I don't know, whatever they say out there. So I did actually, and it's actually very aligned to this message that I pull a Mother Earth heart card, because that's showing these cards even represent my flow of my heart and me wanting to merge with spirit, but thinking it has to be done in a certain way. But spirit had a surprise for me, like those actors or those athletes that become an actor and famous, and it was a surprise. They didn't necessarily look for it. They didn't even know they wanted it, but yet they found themselves in their pocket of love. Well, that's what these cards were. They put me in a little pocket of love that I wasn't even looking for, but I stopped my resisting and went with the flow. So I thought it appropriate to pull a Mother Earth heart card on this subject matter before I came out on my run, and I could just throw it in my pocket. This is a little fluffy heart in the dirt, and it's almost like cotton substance. I don't know what it was, a little fuzz or something, and I was running and I took a picture, because I take pictures when things are apparent. And it's this little white, it's white, which to me represents a divinity, and it's against the background. So the darkness might represent what the dark, what we're not aware of, but then that little divine spark is always there guiding and showing us. But what really stood out, and I'm like, holy shit, this is unbelievable. So the message to this message from Mother Earth is find. And what it says is find whatever it is you are looking for, it will find you. For when you stop trying so hard, you release up the energy for the universe to deliver. How beautiful and freeing is that? So we're always looking for our purpose. We're always trying, and we might be going down this path and that path and the other, and that's all beautiful for the experience. But when it comes right down to it, what we're looking for, what it is we want, will find us as soon as we breathe in and breathe out and just enter the moment of now, and all is available to you now. That is part of your soul's purpose, because that now is being created by you, for you, collectively with the universe. The universe is within you. Me finding a heart, that's part of my soul's purpose. Yeah, I said, well, that's dumb. And I judged it. And then I got all of these cute little hearts with messages. And I say they're cute, but they're very deep and they're very profound. And I always wanted to be like this cool, famous channeler. Well, I had an expectation of what channeling was, some voice outside of me telling me what to say or that I was connecting to. But my way of channeling is truly one with that higher self, that God self within me that I allow to flow through me, that is connected to the all. And I didn't know it was going to include little oracle cards that every time I look at it, it actually morphs into other pictures and images. It actually stimulates and catalyzes and helps to strengthen my psychic abilities. So I thought one little heart was simple and boring, but yet there was so much to it. So spirit is just saying, don't judge what is before you. What can you utilize in your world now? What is coming up repetitively that you might be dismissing? That is your sole purpose to what is possible for you. Anything is possible for you according to your soul's purpose, what it came for. So I just thought that was really, really cool. Hold on. Ohio. Oh yeah, you guys get some good snow there. Been wanting me been worrying me. It hasn't frozen at all here yet. Yeah, so we've had little pockets of frozenness. It'll be like freaking ass 20, and then another day it's 50, and it's kind of weird, but that's the Northeast in general. But yeah, I know it. And then I'm like, well, if it snows, it's not going to stick because the ground's not frozen. But it all works out. And you just got to go with the flow. So again, if you find yourself pushing and forcing, just take a breath in and surrender to the now. Tune into the portal of your heart where all is available, all guidance, all information. And that heart that is trying to reach you is going to speak to you in your everyday life in a way that you can comprehend and that you're ready for. It's not the ultimate all, but as long as you're open to communicating with spirit in the here and now, and discerning, obviously spirit is saying discerning is so important. You guys are master light blasters. You're able to discern better than you think you do. You guys don't give yourself enough credit, spirit is saying, and you are pure God source energy. And just allowing it. So our soul's purpose, part of it is the ultimate purpose and mission that we're here is it's to be in a state of allowing, not pushing and trying. It's a state of allowing. And within that soul's purpose, yes, there are things that we are going to transmute, things we're going to face, but we came for that too. We came for all of it. And those things that you face, challenges or letdowns, Spirit is wanting me to tell you that those were to release abilities within you you didn't know you had. So how beautiful is that? Even the worst things in life were to activate or to make you realize or become aware of abilities to trigger them that you didn't even know you had. No different than a healer that has these abilities and they didn't know they had them because they went through something traumatic. It activated. It is unbelievable how the yin, the yang, the black, the white, the contrast, the opposing forces really do aid and meet in the middle. In the middle is your heart center, the portal of your heart, guys. So if you guys ever watching now or later want individual personal reading or guidance, always, and I never mention this, but just personal message me, direct message me. And I am going to come on at 11 for 11:11 readings. If anybody about anything. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad you're out in the snow. To me, I love the snow. It's so fresh. It's so pure. And it really brings out the child. Like the other day, we did have a little covering, and I went out with Mythos at night. You guys could probably see it on my Ria Barna site. We went for a evening walk, but I called it an evening spin because Mythos likes to go to the park and spin on the spinny cup. But yeah, I laid down in the snow and did a snow angel and took pictures of all the wet, that sticky snow that makes all of the trees and everything so magical and beautiful. Hey, Brenda. Thank you for joining. Just finishing up a message. So I'm going to go for, hey, Kim, beautiful girl. Good to see you. Um, I'm going to come back on at 11 for readings. And I'm going to go hit the gym right now and enjoy this beauty out here, guys. So if you're just coming on, it might be kind of fun to just go back and listen. It's a back to basics message, but every back to basic message has a deeper meaning or understanding that we're always delving deeper. So in the things that are so simple, there's so much depth sometimes. And anyways, thank you for joining, guys. Thank you for sharing your light, because as you bring your awareness here, you're sharing all of your God source energy with all of us, and even the abilities you're not aware of. All of it you're sharing. So thank you, guys, and shine your light and step into your pocket of love. Surrender to what is before you now and allow it to guide you and show you every step of the way. All right, guys, may y'all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are. Shoot.